Hi guys, this is about to be a app session that nobody asked for, and my chosen topic is talking stage and how it is the most exhaustive part of modern dating. Now, modern dating has invented a new form of slow torture, which is the talking stage. It's casual, it's undefined, and somehow it is much more emotionally intense than actual relationships because you're not dating, but you are also definitely not dating. And in the middle of that, you just start to lose your ability to trust your instincts. So let's unpack all of that. I believe that this stage of modern dating might be ruining your ability to trust. And the worst part is we think it's normal. You think it's normal. It's not. It's not. You meet someone, you guys vibe, you talk for hours, you're probably texting all day, you're sharing memes, and you're probably even sharing trauma dumps, like, but you're not together. You're also not single. You're just in limbo. There's no labels, there's no clarity, it's just vibes. And you have this growing anxiety that you care more about them than they do for you. So it's like you're dating, but with the parking brakes on. You think you're moving forward, but you are actually just wearing yourself down. Now, my theory, or what I think it is that the talking stage has become a socially accepted loophole where people get the perks of intimacy without the responsibility of commitment. And for many, especially women, it's emotionally exhausting because you're navigating intimacy with someone who's not ready to be honest about what they want, or worse, who knows they don't want more, but they're not going to come out and say it outright. Why? I think this is where we have the clash of ambiguity and then clarity, because some people say ambiguity. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Nobody should come for me. Ambiguity keeps things exciting, but in reality, it just prolongs your confusion and just creates emotional labor for you. So you're left filling in blanks that the next person is not going to clarify for you. You're wondering, you're hoping, and sometimes you're even gaslighting yourself into believing that they're just taking it slow. But slow isn't always intentional. Sometimes it's just a way of keeping their options open. So you're emotionally invested without any type of security. You're sharing personal stories. Some people even have sleepovers. You're meeting their friends, but you cannot ask what are we without seeming clingy. You're hesitating to ask for clarity not because you don't want it, but because you have been conditioned to believe that needing it makes you needy. So you're going to stay quiet. You're going to convince yourself to just go with the flow. But inside, you start to grow some type of resentment towards that person. You're not okay with ambiguity, but you're not going to speak you're not going to speak up about it. You're just trying not to be. You're going to just keep trying to not be abandoned. To be fair, some people love the talking stage because it gives them time to figure out things without pressure. And in a perfect world where both people communicate openly and honestly, it could be a gentle, should I say, gentle nudge onto something more. But let's be honest, because in most cases, it's not about space. It's more about access without accountability. It's about getting the perks of closeness without the cost of emotional responsibility. And I think the cause of this problem is we're in a society, or we're in a culture of convenience, right? Why commit when you can get emotional companionship, when you can get sex, when you can get validation? You can get all of that without defining anything. And I also feel like attachment styles plays into it Two, avoidance love the talking stage because it's close enough to feel some type of connection, but far enough to avoid real vulnerability. And for emotionally anxious people, the talking stage kind of becomes a circle of hope and fear, um, and just silent suffering because it amplifies all of their insecurity because there's nothing to anchor onto, there's no certainty to anchor you. I don't think that the talking stage is inherently toxic, right? Don't get me wrong, but when it drags on without any kind of direction, it becomes emotional purgatory. So it's like the ghost of a relationship, which is not a relationship, that's haunting your mental space. So yeah, it's the ghost of a relationship haunting your mental space, even though it never technically existed. So, but on another angle, what if the talking stage isn't about finding love? It's more about avoiding rejection. What do you guys think?